Alisha here with Terradrift, and this is the 9.5 Crag We Care classic rope from Mammut. And it's super duper sustainable. You know, for climbers who care about that kind of thing. We do. You should. Everybody should. Anyway, designed for sport and classic climbing, this single rope is all about safety. I mean, like, naturally, but this is one of the few climbing ropes on the market that is made of what basically amounts to scrap materials, which is kind of a big deal. It's all very technical, but here's how it kind of works. So Mammut wants to reduce their environmental footprint, especially when it comes to rope production, naturally. So they had to find a way to reduce the brand's waste. And they probably produce a ton of rope yarn waste, just like every rope brand. Because here's how ropes are usually produced. Most manufacturers make specific types and colors of ropes in single long runs and then cut the ropes to size. 30 meters, 60 meters, 80 meters. But there are always leftover yarns from every run. Maybe those yarns are long enough to be turned into a rope on their own, but it's not really very efficient to manufacture one single rope at a time. It's a very labor-intensive process, so those leftovers end up just being tossed as scrap. Because honestly, there's just not much use for those short lengths of yarn from a climbing perspective, which means thousands of miles worth of materials get chucked in landfills every year. But the Mammut Crag We Care rope is different. The sheath of the rope, instead of being produced from brand new virgin materials using shiny new spools of yarn, is actually made from that residual yarn left over from other ropes. That yarn is still a high quality, brand new material, so putting it to use is preventing a ton of waste. Here's how it works. Mammut takes those leftover lengths of yarn, essentially re-spools them, and then creates a short production run of a rope or two using those yarns. And then voila, shiny new rope made from basically scrap material. Dope, right? And to take the sustainability even further, the Crag We Care rope is also a Bluesign product. And while not technically a dry rope, it utilizes PFC-Free DWR, which is big, because PFCs suck. We'll put a link to an article we wrote about that in the description below. And the Crag We Care classic rope isn't even more expensive than Mammut's regular Crag classic ropes. So there's really no reason not to get this one instead. But I know what you're thinking. Is it safe? Yes. All Crag We Care classic ropes fully comply with Mammut's high quality standards. This rope is just as safe as any of the brand's other renowned climbing products. Plus, they're amazing examples of responsible use of resources. Also, as an extra fun point, since each rope is a one-off that uses whatever leftover yarns happen to be in production that day, every rope is going to be a different color or pattern. That means your rope will be the only one like it at the wall this weekend. So ordering one will kind of be like a fun surprise. But no, you can't choose your color. The rope comes in 60, 70, and 80 meter lengths, so it should just about cover all your classic climbing needs. If you want more like numbers and stats and stuff, we'll put them in the description below. I don't want to rattle off a bunch of numbers. I mean, just frankly. But in any case, we love seeing sustainable climbing ropes like these hit the market. It's a good sign that more and more brands are putting an emphasis on environmental responsibility. So we'll go ahead and put a link to the rope in the description below so you can go score one for yourself. But before you go, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our future gear reviews and updates, including maybe, you know, more climbing gear. Also, go give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Terradrift on all of them. And check us out on our blog, terradrift.com, for even more written gear reviews and content. Because the blog is cool too, in case you want to read stuff for a change. Now gear up, get out there and send it, and wander on. And the Crag We Care classic rope isn't even more expensive than Mammut's regular regular Crag classic. Crag classic. Crag Crag Classic.